races.
There you go.
VIP table. There's no better way to watch the races at Beaver Dam Raceway from one of their awesome patio VIP tables. They got a 5-division program this Saturday night at Beaver Dam Raceway. Racing starts at 6:30. Also have the Memorial Go-Kart Spaghetti Dinner coming up May 21st. We have a pair of dinner tickets given away. Thank you, Dan Casey, for that. We'll give them away as well. Great to support the Memorial Go-Kart event happening that they take part at the Slinger Speedway throughout the season.
Right, that's a pretty good program there. And speaking of the Beaver Dam this Saturday night, your 5 divisions. I think one of those divisions is a Legends division, and it's a pretty competitive one. I saw their race when they raced with the IRA sprint cars, and it was a heck of a race. And these guys that are joining us now are 2 of the best to watch in that division. Why don't you introduce our guests?
I love this. This is way cool. One of the favorite divisions I've watched in the last probably decade around here. Last year, the Legends cars, wherever they went, were spectacular. And these 2 guys are proving it once again in 2016. Welcome to the drivers' meeting. We have Ethan and DJ Ross on the show. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Way cool. And I want to go right off in the season opener that you guys kicked off. Pretty dramatic style. And give me a rundown on that first racing night, watching you guys go at it.
Yeah, that was a real exciting night after a long off season of building a new car. I was going to go a different route, driving a different series, but I just love driving these Legends cars as far as financial wise. It's affordable, and I just love driving them. So built the Legend car, showed up to the track, maybe 5 laps of practice at Oshkosh about an hour before, and took literally. I didn't even take my suit off. I zipped right over to get the car inspected and get on the track.
That's awesome.
So practiced it, texted DJ. I always text DJ when I need setup info. He's always right there to help me out. Went out for the heat. Car was a rocket, won that. Made slight adjustments for the feature, went out, battled with Cody, good driver, and pulled it off. Second start to the year.
Ethan, a great way to start the season. You kind of made it mention as far as the affordability of the Legends cars. How did the both of you, brothers, get involved with it as far as decided we go racing? Or give me the flashback to what got the Ross family and Ross brothers out on the track racing.
I guess that was about almost 10 years ago now. I always wanted to race something. Didn't want to, spend too much money, but it's racing, so it happens. Went with Legend cars mainly because they're very equal. The cars, the engines, the tires, everybody's really got the same stuff. So then it comes down to what you put into it, how much work you put into it, the detail, and experience.
Did both you guys start out together, or did you start first and he came along, or you both just jump in right from the beginning?
Well, it was 2008, and I got the car, I think it was in May. So we started middle of the summer. We ran 8 or 10 races, and it went really well. And then Ethan found a car over the winter, and in 2009, we've both been going at it.
Is this adventure, and I want to, ask this, and it may have changed, or was it at a point where the cars housed together? Were you guys working together? Is that still the same now, or how's it all kind of come into play for you guys?
It's definitely changed. When we started out, we still lived with our parents. Everything was in the same garage, or in the barn, actually. But in the last few years, we both gotten married. We have children. So my car's at my garage in Beaver Dam, and his is at his house. But everything is really shared out. You could put our cars on the scales, and it'd be hard to tell which one was which if you're just looking at the numbers.
Great point, because that was my next question. How are you guys working on setups? But you just said it. Pretty much cars are identical.
Yeah, we could hop into either one of our cars, and similar driving styles, so we could swap cars and be just as good.
Driving styles between the 2 of you. Speaking with DJ and Ethan Ross up here, Legends Racers at Beaver Dam Raceway. And DJ's, you guys different as far as driving styles, or to kind of combat each other or complement each other?
I'd say
you get the handoff.
We really complement each other as far as driving styles, similar.
Okay.
If you go to Beaver Dam and DJ's out there racing, or at least used to be different announcer now, but you'll always hear him referred to as high side, because you're probably going to find him about a foot away from the wall. And not saying that's the only place he can run, but he's definitely not afraid to go up there. And I've kind of followed suit. we're not afraid to run by the wall, but we'll go anywhere we need to go, and that's where I'd say we
I
complement
noticed
each other.
that when you ran with the IRA cars, you were up front. You got in an incident. They put you started in the back, and you came through the field pretty good. I was going to ask you that. How is it to come through the field? I mean, you're not afraid to go where nobody else is, and that's what you got to do, don't you?
Well, by now we're so used to it, and especially after a points race, the way the average works, we're used to starting mid-pack, just the way it is, and we're not afraid to go to the wall, run the inside middle. We just go wherever we need to go, and that's
Your
where
car's set up like that? Are they kind of neutral? They can run high or low, or is that?
That's the way they're set up to where they're really drivable, and I like to be able to drive my car as hard as I want to into the corner. DJ may set his car up a little looser, a little more stagger, whereas I like to have the car a little tighter, so I can drive it in the corner as hard as I want.
You guys talked about shop-wise. Yeah, we got the same set of things of that nature. Come race night, is it stay away, we're competitors, or what's going on? Go ahead, DJ. Oh, DJ's got it back.
I mean, we might bring in a set of tires between the two of us, and if one guy's got a smaller tire that we need, we'll share and swap. Pretty good on that.
Speak with DJ and Ethan Ross, and Ethan's got a list going on here as far as his supporters this season. I don't know if it's a mutual thing or not, but we'll give you this opportunity to thank all those folks and supporters that help out the racing efforts.
Sure. Most of them are mutual, but we have a few different, so I just want to give a shout out to everyone that backs both of us and my 54 car. Top of the list, I got Dan Brill out of Danos Performance. He's out of Oostburg. He's been backing us since roughly 2011-ish, and 2012 was the first time we built our own engines, and anything under the hood is Dano, 100%, and without his rocket ships under the hood, wouldn't be where we're at. Got to thank Countryside GM Auto Group out of Beaver Dam. They've been supporting us the last couple of years, right off 151, a couple miles from the racetrack. New sponsor this year is French Real Estate out of Beaver Dam. I really got to thank Brian for coming on board. He helped me and my wife buy our house, and he's been my parents' realtor for years. Great support. I got to thank Chance Schomber out of Juneau. He does entrees by Chef Chance. He caters. He also DJ'd my wedding. Super fun, awesome guy. He's always busy, but if you can get a hold of him, fantastic. Triana's Trophy Case out of Watertown. He's printing our shirts. If they would have been done, we got to him a little late. If we would have got to him sooner, we would have brought you guys some. We'll have to get your sizes. I got to thank Craig out of Falls Uptown Motors from Sheboygan Falls. He painted my car this year. He sanded it down, painted it flat black, and also did a lot of hand painting lettering. The numbers are painted on. Super cool.
Painted.
Hand painted.
That car is beautiful. The flat black.
You got to see it up close. It looks really nice. I also got to thank Ross Computer Consulting, DJ's business. We support each other 100%. Got him on the car. My grandpa. And Kluge Trucking out of Juneau, my wife's uncle. I got to thank Uncle Chucky. He supports both of us as well for our, some would say, addiction. But
Yeah.
I love it. And DJ?
That's a good way to put it. We share a lot of the same sponsors. I work at Countryside and then my own business, but he really nailed them all.
We have the next driver of this table up here as well.
Right, exactly. Come on. Now, you guys ever finished 1-2? Have you ever had to race each other for a win? Is it?
I would say it would take a couple hands to count how many times we've gone 1-2. I always a short story I always tell is, if I ever felt bad for winning, it was a night in 2012. It was the third night of the season. DJ led 19 laps and 3 turns, and I passed him coming out of 4. I can't feel bad for winning, but if I ever did, it was that night. But he would have done the same thing. It's the way it is. So
I love it. Love having both these guys up here. When we scheduled them, I was like talking to your management team, which is, I believe, maybe possibly your wife. Thank you, Cassie, for doing that.
Thank you.
I said we should get these guys on separate because it goes fast. There's a lot to talk about. No, first time put them up together. But I tell you what, we've tapped out, and I have totally enjoyed, as well as Dan. Look at his big smile over there. Loved having you guys. We got to get you on again. We'll schedule even. We'll split you guys up. A lot of cool stories, I'm sure, to talk about. Right. Love watching you guys on the track.
Get out to Beaver Dam, some of these dirt tracks. Watch that Legends Division. There's a lot of good cars there. Car 54, Car 87. Those are the two guys we're talking to right now, and they're always at the front of the pack. Every race I've been to, you've been in the mix.
Love watching them. How about a nice round of applause? Join us on the drivers' meeting. DJ and Ethan Ross, catch them out this Saturday at Beaver Dam Raceway. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Dan, time flies when you're having fun throughout the season, and we say that every year. We'll probably come to October, we'll say the same thing. We have more to talk about in this edition of the Drivers Meeting live here at the Mine Shaft in